Greetings YouTube! I'm going to be away from Monday to Friday next week, so I'm having to do a quick review instead, which sucks. But it was a last minute thing. As if you cared. Spider-Man! It has flaws, oh yes, but it's still awesome. First thing, the web swinging reminded me of Spider-Man 2 back on the PS3, based on the Tobey Maguire film. Only that game had complicated movement with complicated controls. Here, you have the complicated movement with simple controls. It's so easy to hurl Spidey from point to point with your basic web swing. One of the research station missions disables your swing lines, leaving you only with web zip. That was an eye-opener. From that moment on, and it was pretty early on, I used lines and zips. This game makes the simple act of moving so entertaining. The story is extremely engaging, not because of the latest supervillainous plot to take over the world, but because of the characters. And I'm not going to say any more because spoilers. Peter Parker / Spider-Man is on point with his pop culture references, and he always has different quips for each event you play. It feels like he's actually responding to the unfolding events.
Oh no! Stockbrokers! Oh, phew! Just noticed the masks. More guys? Oh, sorry, but we're all out of the complimentary donuts. Hey, Sable Agents! Help! I'm being attacked by Sable Agents! Oh, wait a minute!
Various outfits can be unlocked. Each outfit comes with a special ability, but the ability is not tied to the outfit. Outfits, buffs, gadgets all must be purchased using tokens. Tokens are earned from various events. There are 6 types of events and 6 types of token. Really? Really? 6 types of tokens? Do you think that's enough units of currency in a game?
Noisy, but harmless. I'll let myself be just a little smug this time.
Different outfits and different upgrades require different numbers of different types of token. You can see what they're doing, of course, making you play as great a range of events as possible.
Nasty as they are, I gotta swing right through those clouds. For these clouds to be visible to the naked eye, the level of toxins must be up there. And gotcha!
Which isn't always desirable. The crimes repeat themselves across the city and the backpacks are just collectathons. You could accuse the bases of being the same brand of fighting over and over as well. Except that the combat is way too awesome.
Watch out! He's playing for keeps!
More? How many guys does Rikers hold anyway?
Basic attacks at ground level, basic attacks in the air, web yanking, throws, vaults, dodges, slides, wall attacks, swinging kicks, ground slams, takedowns, and that's before we get to the gadgets. Web shot, electric web, trap webbing, spider drones. My favourite combo is web bomb to web up enemies, and then fire a concussive blast to pin the whole group of them to the wall. It's hilarious. Of course there's stealth as well. Base battles actually start off in stealth, but after the first wave they turn into fights anyway, so feel free to let loose immediately. Very rarely will the game require you to maintain stealth at all times. There's usually a story-based reason for doing so. What impressed me was how Spidey plays exactly the same way no matter the situation. Batman Arkham, for example, has combat and predator situations. It always felt to me like there were two distinct types of gameplay that required completely different styles of play. Spider-Man has no such distinction. Sure, you have to stealth sometimes, but you still feel like you're playing the exact same game the same way. Boss fights are fairly easy but feel epic, which is weird because they break out of prison and Spidey puts them straight back in the slammer without much delay. They don't have much of a build-up. Again, the fights are epic, but if you don't already know who Electro is, the game ain't gonna tell you. Except for Mr. Negative. He gets a lot more build-up time. Good job too, he's the one I'd never heard of before. And he's the second best bad guy in the game.
Is this the flight to Newark?
And no, I'm not going to tell you who the best bad guy is. But 98% of people won't be in the dark for long. In the run-up to this game's release, some people kicked up a fuss about a graphics downgrade. The developer said they'd move some puddles. Puddlegate! I can't speak to any of that, but there are definitely glitches. The whole screen went black for a moment. This woman's top was missing.
What are you looking at?
These enemies were stuck inside a building where I couldn't hit them. Well, I did eventually, with a spider drone. My second day of playing, this happened. My third day of playing, this happened. Twice. So yeah, not the most stable game at release. You start thinking to yourself, oh god, if I go into the menu it's gonna crash again, isn't it? Fortunately, those were the only problems I had, and after a while, and a few patches, I started to relax. Those problems took me out of the action for a bit, but didn't detract from the game as a whole. I still loved this from start to finish. It took me about 36 hours to 100% normal difficulty. And when I say 100%, I mean the outfits, upgrades, collectibles, challenges, missions, everything. I even got those 50 secret photo ops. I'd also like to mess around with the photo system and hard mode, but I haven't got the time. The music surges whenever you launch into web swinging, the baddies are larger than life, the combat is sublime. I'm gonna give Spider-Man an 8 out of 10. If it wasn't for the repetitive feel of the crimes, the glitches and crashes I had, I'd consider a 9. That's how good this is. But it is a solid 8. I'm sure the many patches they've already put out will improve the stability. Maybe next time, build up all the bad guys, yeah? There's more than 2 of them in this game. I feel like the others deserve better. Not that that's enough to tank the game. It's awesome, go buy it! Also, there's a season pass, because of course there is. I don't approve of pre-ordering DLC. You're literally buying something that doesn't exist yet. But we'll wait to see how that turns out later. And yes, I have the season pass, but I do game reviews, I have an excuse. Spider-Man, 8 out of 10, great game, can definitely recommend it, and I will. And I just did. I'm going to stop waffling now. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe and share, all that jazz. See you next time.